Now moving to the next is we have done with the booking of customer invoice. We have booked the credit memo. We have looked the customer line item and the customer balances. So now we'll be moving next is to the customer payment. So when you move to the customer payment, the transaction code for booking the customer payment is F-28. So moving over here, you have to select the date, posting date. Document type is by default. You have to select the company code and period and currency. Normally few of those fields get automatically selected when we do couple of transactions for the company code. Then you have to select the account over here, the bank account by which we will be receiving the payment. So suppose I take the bank account from over here. Suppose I receive the incoming payment in the bank HSBC, so I would be selecting the bank HSBC, and the amount over here we can take. So if you don't remember the amount, you can take as $1 over here, and later on we can come back and we can make the changes. You have to take the business area over here, and then moving down you can write the text as well. Then you have to select the customer over here. So from account you can go and you can select the customer. So I have filled these details, that is what you are supposed to take, and you can go to this process open item. So open item basically means the items which are pending to complete the cycle. So we'll click on the process open item, and you can see there are two transactions. One, there is an invoice of 5250, and another there is a debit of $20 against that. So the net amount of these two will be reflecting over here, that is 5230 dollars. So how I can now change this 1 rupees which I have put initially to 5230 is that you have to go to this document overview. It will take you to the first line item which we have displayed or filled on the first screen over here, and now over here you can directly change the amount to 5230. But suppose even now I don't remember the amount, so in that case you can take star. Star automatically takes the net value which has to be taken over here. So I took the star, then I again go back to this process open item, and we'll see that the 1 rupee has $1 has been changed to 5230, and the assigned amount is this much. So the net becomes 0. That means we are ready to go for posting the transaction. And now you can go to this simulate option, and when we simulate this transaction, it gives you the debit and credit, where the bank has been debited with 5230 and Xerox has been credited with 5230. So if you find that the transaction is okay, the business area is reflected over here. The posting key 40 is for debit and 15 is for customer credit, and this 0001 and 0002 is the line item. So if everything is okay, then you can go and you can click on the save option, which is also known as the posting a transaction button. So click on this and it will get the document number which have been posted. That means the payment has been booked. Again, if you want to check this document, want to display this document, you can go over here, you can display it. Suppose you want now, after posting, you want to go back and you want some narrations to be added in that. So in that case you can go to this change option, and even you can go and you can make some changes to the document which is already posted. So if you need to do changes, you can go to this display document header. Here you can find that this is an editable field to you, and this is also an editable field to you. So reference is basically used for putting up the bill number, or you can use it for some other purposes as well, in the same way that this text can be used. So it's up to you if you want to make changes, otherwise it's fine. The user ID is coming, the date of entry is coming, the time of entry is also reflected to you, from which login you are doing this is also reflected, and all. So this is it. Even if you want, you can go to this line items also, and you can double click on any of these lines. When you double click, it will show you the details inside, and you can even make changes there. So you can see the change option is over there for assignment, where I have already added this. Wherever you want, you can add further. So this is what I added, and you can again go back and save this changes which you have done. So saving this will save it to that particular document which was posted. So this is how we will be doing incoming payment. And again, if you want, you can go back and cross check the customer ledger. So it was FPL5N. To check the customer ledger, we can move to this report, and here you need to select the customer account. Then you need to go and you can execute it. So we are executing the open items. So right now you can see the message, no item is selected. Why? Because there are only two items, one invoice and one is the credit memo, and both of them has been taken and has been knocked off, that is cleared after the incoming payment. Against the incoming payment means the invoice, the credit memo has been offset with the incoming payment of the customer. So that means they are no more an open item, they are now cleared item, means their transaction cycle is complete. So we can go to this cleared item, and even we can execute over here, and you can find those transactions in the clear item over here. So you can see this latest we did the transaction is this one over here. This was the transaction which we completed just now, that is it, 5230. So this is, or even if you want to see this, you can select it, you can go to this display document over here, and even you can check with this further. So this is your document. So this what display this is showing you, where you're finding the GL account and the customer account. Suppose I don't want to see the customer account, I want the final GL in which this customer transaction has went to. What is the GL in which this customer transaction has gone to? How can I go for that? So for that you can go to this general ledger view. This general ledger view only gives you the ledger view, not the sub ledger, only the ledger. So it shows you the bank is debited and the finance customer is credited, sorry. So the finance customer is the reconciliation ledger which is assigned to that particular customer. Entry view, this is the Xerox, and Xerox is a customer which is a sub ledger, and the sub ledger is assigned to the ledger, that ledger is the finance customer. So this is the entry view. System always show you the entry view. Whenever you want to see the ledger to ledger view, you have to go to this general ledger view, you have to click it, and you can see that. So this is how it works, and now you have to try these things at your end so that it will give you more clarity on the subject. So now we are over with the customer invoice, credit memo, and customer payment. Now we have not yet done the cash discount which we give to the customer. So let's take up a case of cash discount, in which what we can do is we will first book an invoice, and then we will give discount to the customer at the time of incoming payment, because you give cash discount to the customer only at the time of payment only. So we'll go first to book the invoice. To book the invoice, the transaction code is FB70. So now we will be taking a practical example where we will be booking the invoice first, Then again we can take some credit memo on that. So suppose I book an invoice of $10,000, and out of that, suppose $500 goods were stolen in between the transit. So the net amount comes to 500 and sorry 9500 $9,500, and out of that again I'm going to give a 5% discount to the customer as per the deal. So how we will be executing those things in the system? So let's first book the invoice, that is FB70. To book invoice, we'll be taking the same customer. So first I'm booking an invoice of $10,000. I would be taking the bill number in the reference part, suppose 501. Then you can write a text as well, customer invoice, and then you can go for a sales ledger. The sales ledger is over here as 300000, or if you have any doubt you can go and even you can search with this tab over here. So this will give you the ledger list, and out of the ledger list we can select the ledger which is needed to us. So in this we will be needing the sales account because we need to credit the sales, and the customer was already debited on the top. So, and over here we have to take $10,000, text sales to Xerox. We need to take the business area, so have taken the business area as well. And now we can go and we can simulate the transaction, and we can see what is the entry which is generated. So you can say there is a warning message. We don't need to put a text over here right now, so we can enter on the screen and can move forward. So the entry generated is Xerox is debited. So for knowing what is debited, there is a plus sign, and over here otherwise you should remember that for customer debit the posting key is 01, whereas for ledger account credit is 50, and the amount is also over here with a mark minus, which means credit. So this is how it is. And on the header side, this the first box over here is termed as the header. So on the header you can see the date, posting date, document date, company code, fiscal year, period, your currency, your bill number, it is the reference has been reflected to you. So if you find everything is complete, then you can move on. You can click on the post option so as to post the transaction. So you can see the transaction has been posted again over here. If I want, I can go back and I can check my invoice with the report FBL5N as we have discussed. So you can see this, and we can go to this open item now, because the invoice we posted is an open item, because it will become a complete cycle of the transaction when the incoming payment will be there. So first is the invoice, then the whole transaction goes in between invoice and incoming payment. It could be debit note, credit note and all, and then you go for the incoming payment, and then the whole particular transaction circle is complete. So you can go to this open item and you can see what are your open items left, and these are the open item only on which you receive the payments from the customer. So executing it, and you can see that there is only one particular document, that is we just posted over here, 10,000 US dollars. Document number is this. Even if you need certain details, you can go to this change layout, and you can add over here whatever details you need further for your clarifications. So you can see there are list over here on this side. Whatever you need, you can take from this side to the other side. Suppose I need business area. Next I would be needing is, let's see what are the different things which comes up over here.